Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2022. I am Samuel Pogue, Senior Class President, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2022 graduation ceremony. At this time, would everyone please join me in the singing of the Alma Mater. The words to the Alma Mater can be found on the inside of the program. Please sing. Would everyone remain standing as the combined choirs from Covington High School and Allegheny High School sing the National Anthem. Here we go. At this time, I will turn the ceremony over to Mr. Cantrell, Principal of Covington High School.
Good evening. I'd like to start off with a moment of silence for the individuals that were affected by the tragic events at Robb Elementary School. Thank you. Next, I would like to start off by thanking all the individuals that helped the class of 2022 get where they are today. Parents and family members, you all play an instrumental role in your children's education. Getting students up in the morning and off to school, getting them to bed to prepare for a test or quiz the next day, helping with homework and through all the virtual learning throughout the last few years. We really appreciate all you've done to get these seniors where they are this evening. Faculty and staff, thank you all for all the hard work that you put in to help these students be successful over the last 5 years and throughout the pandemic. Teachers at Covington High School really care about all the students, and this is a very special place that our staff goes above and beyond to help every student at Covington High School. They also played an instrumental role in getting you where you are this evening. I would also like to thank the school board members, school board office personnel, our superintendent, Ms. Neat Johnson, our city council members that are here this evening. You all work tirelessly behind the scenes to create policies and opportunities for all our students at Covington High School and Covington City Public Schools. It is evident that our students are the driving force in your decision making. We thank you all for all that you've done to help these students over the past few years. And a final thank you to the city of Covington and Alan Dressler for allowing us to utilize this wonderful place for this ceremony and make this possible for our seniors this evening. We appreciate your assistance as well. The class of 2022. Our graduation ceremony is a special occasion to recognize all the years of hard work and the success you all have achieved. It has been a long road that you have traveled, and we're excited to be here this evening to celebrate your journey. Henry Ford said, "Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together is success." There have been some obstacles throughout this journey. In 10th grade, we began virtual learning. Last year, you attended school on a hybrid schedule. In the senior year, as it progressed, more events and activities came back that were present before the pandemic. Throughout it all, you all have worked together and persevered. These students had to step up to the plate, and time again, they hit a home run. We're super proud of all that you have done. This class has some outstanding athletes, students, artists, musicians, and even a few pretty good Foursquare players out there. Now, me and Mr. Dressler did win the Foursquare championship the other year, so we're still pretty pumped about that part as well. I've really enjoyed this class the last 5 years at Covington High School. They have shown leadership in the school setting and athletic settings. We hope that classes that follow hold up to your standard. 13 years ago, you walked into school with an up book bag and an Alvin and Chipmunks lunchbox ready to take on the challenges of school. As you all prepare for your future, what is your vision? What do you want to become in life? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? Set that vision as you move forward, and always remember your end goal and what you dream to be. Now, as you leave CHS and go off to college, the trade school, or the workforce, with your new book bags hopefully, not your up ones, set your goals high. Continue to work hard, and if you struggle or fail along the way, get back up and keep going. Don't be afraid to fail, be afraid to not try. When we see successful people on TV and in the movies, we see the final product. They don't show the path that those individuals work through to get to where they are today. Your path is in front of you. Make it yours. Don't be afraid to take risks along the way. We support you and wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations, Covington High School class of 2022. At this time, I would like to recognize the top student of the standard curriculum. Would Nadia Amina Burkholz please step forward? Nadia, you are honored this evening for having the highest GPA for a student in the standard curriculum of the class of 2022. Congratulations. The next presentation goes to Unique Yvonne Jordan. Unique, would you please step forward? Unique, I present you with the Salutatory Award. This award is in recognition of holding the second highest GPA in the class of 2022. Congratulations.
Good evening, parents, teachers, family and friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Nikki Jordan. It is my honor to be standing here today as salutatorian of the class of 2022. If you know me, standing up here in front of so many people is not an easy thing for me to do. However, I want to take this opportunity to travel back to where it all began. Back in kindergarten, everyone's favorite day was the alphabet parade. And if you don't remember the song, well, just don't speak to me. If your favorite day wasn't the parade, then it was ice cream day. Now that I think about it, we got ripped off paying 50 cents for one popsicle because you can buy a whole box for like $3. Anyway, I know all of us remember the dodgeball tournaments we had in Mr. Akers' gym class. I will never forget when Mrs. Blake was running to get a ball and did a somersault in the middle of the floor. We also had Foursquare tournaments at recess that some of us may have taken too seriously. Sometimes our recess was cut short because we all had to stand along the fence for whatever reason we never understood. Now, I hope no one's parents get mad at them after I say this, but in 7th grade, we had a fight club that resulted in students being escorted to the bathroom by the teachers. It sounds stupid because it was, but now we all just look back and laugh at it. This next memory is dedicated to Samuel Pogue. I'm sure everyone knows by now he has type 1 diabetes. In elementary and middle school, he was required to take someone with him to go to the nurse. Everyone wanted him to choose them just to get out of class. And I'm not gonna lie, my feelings were kind of hurt when he didn't choose me. He had favorites, even though he won't admit it. Mitchell, you're gonna hate me for this one, but one day I decided it would be a good idea to put gum in his hair. And, well, he ended up having to cut it out. Sorry, Mitchell. Edgemont and Jeter Watson were fun, but it was finally time to move on. We all began high school in 2017 as 8th graders with nervous feelings and an expectation of a long journey to graduation. Although COVID affected our sophomore and junior years, we still made memories during our time here at Covington High School. Most of you probably remember the lip sync battle between the staff. Sorry, Mr. Dressler, but I think Mrs. Tyree and her band beat y'all fair and square. I specifically remember the freezing cold pep rallies we had outside at Casey Field before each homecoming game. Even though it was like 6 in the morning and I couldn't feel my feet, I still had fun. Now, this one is for the boys. The football team has held the Brackman Cup our 9th through 12th grade years. Can we just take a moment and applaud them for this great accomplishment? As you all know, I have played volleyball for all 5 years of my high school career. I have been honored to be coached by Mrs. Tyree for my last 3 years on varsity. This woman is the most caring, hardworking, and funniest person I know. This past season, she wasn't able to attend a few of our games due to COVID, but she made sure she sent us motivational speeches from home. The one thing she told us to always remember at the beginning of the season was, success is never owned, it is rented, and the rent is due every day. I also want to take this time to thank my teammates who lifted me up along the way and kept me laughing. I will never forget when Alexia fell backwards during a game, but the funniest memory by far is when Lauren got hit in the face at practice, then a week later, I scratched her in the eye. I still love you, Lauren, even though I was in tears because I was laughing so hard. Oh, and that one time Christy almost stepped on me. Actually, make that 2 times. I don't know what Tyree was thinking of putting both of us on backline at the same time. Now, when I first wrote this speech, I had Mr. Bradley to look over it, so there was nothing about him in it. He probably thinks I forgot about him, but I assure you, I didn't. I want to thank him for the pizza parties we had during class that he personally paid for. It was greatly appreciated by not just me, but everyone else too. I would also like to take this time to thank Miss Reed for making this the best semester I have ever had. I will miss starting my mornings with her, but most of all, I will miss her stories about Hank, her fat cat. Our class has faced many hardships and obstacles, the obvious one being COVID. In March of our sophomore year, we went fully virtual because of the pandemic. This was a big change for us. While some handled it well, others did not. Just to be here graduating is something all of us should be proud of. After we leave today, some of us may never see each other again. So right now, I ask all of you to stop and think of any family member, teacher, or even friend who helped you get to where you are today. Before you leave, give them a hug and a thank you for their help to let them know your appreciation. I say this because after graduation, I will be moving to North Carolina to attend Central Carolina Community College. I will then transfer to a university to further my education while studying physical therapy. I would also like to take this time to thank the woman who has had the biggest impact in my life. I wouldn't be here today without my grandma's love and support, and I am blessed to have her here with me today. I would also like to thank my uncle who passed away last year. He treated me like his own daughter, and I am very thankful for everything that he did for me. Although I'm excited for this next step in my life, I will miss everyone here that I grew up with. Finally, to the class of 2022, I wish all of you the best, and I hope that you exceed all of your expectations in life. Thank you.
For the next award, would Alexia Diamond Renee Shanklin please step forward? Alexi, I present you with the Valedictorian Award. The award honors the GPA for the top graduate of the class of 2022. Congratulations.
My fellow graduates, over the last 5 years here at Covington High School, we have learned a lot. Ms. Jones taught us how to factor polynomials, Ms. Wheaton taught us the comma rules, Mr. Groot taught us how important test days are, and Mr. Wood taught us plate tectonics, and to always remember to bring your winter coat to class because it will always be cold. And all of this knowledge will no doubt be valuable as we go forward in life. But I think the most important thing that we have learned over the last 5 years is how important it is to be flexible because of how uncertain life can be. As we all made it through virtual learning and quarantine after quarantine, adapting was our only option. Although our school board, teachers, friends, and families were not prepared for a global pandemic, here we are today about to walk across the stage. Over the next few minutes, I'd like to talk about what we've learned, the people we have to thank, and the people we have to remember. We have our coaches, our teachers, and our peers to thank for all of the support along the way. I told you that the most important thing that we learned was how to be flexible. Let me give you a couple examples of what I'm talking about. After unexpectedly being required to pass multiple classes online with no in-person instruction, our school systems required us to transition from our normal 90-minute blocks with 4 classes a day to 3-hour blocks with only 1 class a day. We then had to transition from that to alternating half days with only half of the students attending in the mornings and the other half in the afternoon. Without a doubt, this transition has had an impact on the students' performance in the classroom. Some even struggled. Our teachers were also impacted as their lessons plans had to be altered and they had to adjust to virtual learning. Without the capability to be flexible and persevere through all of these changes, many of us, including myself, would not be here today. Coaches such as Ms. Tyree were required to shorten our seasons, limit contact at practices, and require masks during practices. Athletes had to wear masks while conditioning and play without their support systems in the stands. Without a doubt, the past few years here at Covington High School has been a wild roller coaster, and we finally have reached the top and will hopefully continue to rise up and conquer our goals and possibly start families of our own, of course, after we reach those goals. Next, I'd like to take a moment on behalf of myself and my fellow graduates to thank the people that have brought us here. I would like to thank Ms. Jones personally for being so hard on me and reminding me to stay focused. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to thank our administration, our counselors, our coaches, our parents and guardians, and our teachers for all of their support. I would like to thank my teammates and my friends for their support, and I wish them the best with their future endeavors. So now we're high school graduates, and soon we're going to be signing each other's yearbooks and saying goodbye. There will be hugs and tears. We will do our best to stay in touch, but we will be living our best lives and doing our best. As a final thought going forward, I would like to congratulate my fellow graduates and leave you with a quote that Ms. Tyree put on our warm-up shirts, because the best people to quote are people that you've personally learned from, like your parents, siblings, or coaches. The quote was, "Success is not owned, it is rented, and the rent is due every day." Thank you all.
The next award we're going to give is the Chs Alumni Award. It is voted on by the staff of Covington High School. The faculty is asked to select one male and one female from the senior class that represents the qualities of an outstanding student. Those qualities include academics, extracurricular activities, community service, and character. The 2022 Outstanding Female Senior is Megan Rickett. The 2022 Outstanding Male Senior is Samuel Pogue.